Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the English Insight Podcast. This is your place to learn real English for real life, step by step, conversation by conversation, together. I'm Sarah, and I am truly happy you are here today, because if you are listening right now, it means you want your English to become clearer, more natural, and more confident in real conversations.
And I am Daniel. And today we are going to talk about something that almost every English learner asks at some point. A question that sounds very simple, but the answer can completely change the way you learn English.
Yes, I hear this question all the time. Students ask it in classrooms, online, in language cafes, everywhere.
The question is this: how can I improve my English fast? Not in 10 years, not only by reading grammar books, but in a way that actually helps you speak and understand real people.
And if you are listening right now, maybe you have felt this frustration too. You study vocabulary, you listen to podcasts, you watch videos, but when someone suddenly speaks English to you, your brain freezes for a moment.
Yes, that moment when your mind says, I know this, but I cannot say it.
And if that has happened to you, please know something important. You are not alone. Millions of English learners experience the same thing.
But here is the good news. Today, during this conversation, you will hear something very important. A simple idea that helps learners improve their English much faster than they expect.
And Daniel, I think many listeners will be surprised when they hear it.
Yes, because it is not about studying more grammar, and it is not about memorizing thousands of words.
Really? Then now I'm curious, what actually helps people improve faster?
Real conversations. Simple, everyday conversations. The kind people have in cafes, shops, offices, and daily life.
So, not complicated speeches, not academic lectures, just normal human conversations.
Exactly. Because language lives inside conversations. And when learners hear natural conversations again and again, their brain begins to recognize patterns.
Words connect together, phrases repeat, and suddenly English starts to feel familiar instead of confusing.
So today we are going to do something very simple and very useful. We are going to listen to a real situation, a normal conversation that might happen in a cafe.
I like cafe conversations. They are relaxed, friendly, and full of everyday English.
Exactly. And while you listen, you will hear natural phrases that people use all the time. Small expressions, simple sentences, but very powerful for real communication.
And as you listen, try to imagine that you are sitting at the table with us. You are not just listening, you are part of the conversation.
And near the end of this conversation, we will share one learning habit that many fluent speakers say changed their English completely.
So stay with us until the end, because that small habit might change the way you practice English every day.
Before we begin the conversation, we want to say something quickly.
If you enjoy learning English through relaxed, natural conversations like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with another English learner, and leave a comment telling us where you are listening from.
Your support helps this community grow, and it helps more learners find these conversations.
All right, Daniel, let's begin.
Imagine a small cafe in the afternoon. The room is quiet. Soft music is playing. Someone walks in and approaches the counter.
And that someone is me.
Perfect. Let's start. Good afternoon. Welcome to Maple Street Cafe. What can I get for you today?
Hi, good afternoon. I would like a latte, please, and maybe something small to eat. Do you have any fresh pastries today?
Yes, we do. We have croissants, blueberry muffins, and chocolate cookies that just came out of the oven.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
The blueberry muffins are very popular today.
All right, I'll take one blueberry muffin and one latte.
Great choice. Would you like to drink it here or take it to go?
I'll drink it here. I actually want to relax for a few minutes.
Of course. Sometimes people just need a quiet moment to slow down after a busy day.
That is exactly what I need today.
Long day at work?
Yes, you could say that. Today felt like everything happened at once. Emails, meetings, phone calls.
That sounds familiar. Many customers say the same thing when they come here.
You know what helps me in moments like this? Just sitting down with a warm drink and taking a deep breath.
That is actually a great way to reset your mind.
Reset your mind. I like that phrase.
Yes. When people say they want to reset their mind, they mean they want to relax, clear stress, and start feeling calm again.
Then this cafe is the perfect place to reset my mind today.
I'm glad to hear that. Yes, exactly. That is how real conversations work. They are simple, clear, and friendly. And you do not need difficult grammar to communicate. You just need the right phrases and the courage to speak. And don't worry, we are still only at the beginning.
Exactly. Because in a real cafe conversation, the next moment usually happens when the customer wants to order something. So Daniel, what would you like today?
Good question. Okay, let me order like a real customer. Hi, could I get a large cappuccino, please?
Of course. Would you like anything to eat with that?
You see, that is a very common question in cafes. Would you like anything to eat? Would you like anything to eat?
And a very natural answer could be, yes, I'll take a chocolate croissant, please.
Or if you are not hungry, you can say, no thanks, just the coffee.
Exactly. And notice something important. These sentences are short, they are clear, and they sound very natural in real English.
And that is exactly what we want for you. Not perfect grammar, not complicated sentences, but real communication.
Let's continue the conversation, because after ordering, something else always happens in a cafe. The worker usually asks one more question.
Ah, yes, the famous question.
Exactly. For here or to go?
This question means, are you drinking your coffee inside the cafe or taking it with you?
Let's answer like a customer.
For here, please.
Perfect. Your order will be ready in a few minutes.
See, that entire conversation was easy. And if you understood it, that means your English is already working.
And if you feel a little shy speaking English, that is normal. Many learners understand English, but when they speak, they feel nervous.
Yes, they start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if people don't understand me?
But here is the truth. People care about communication, not perfection.
Exactly. If your message is clear, you are already succeeding.
Let's continue our cafe story, because now the coffee is ready.
Large cappuccino for Daniel.
That is exactly how cafes call customers.
And then the customer walks to the counter and says, thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your coffee.
Perfect.
And sometimes, this is where small talk begins.
Yes, because English conversations often include small, friendly moments.
For example, the worker might ask, "Is this your first time here?"
Actually, yes. I just moved to this neighborhood.
"Oh, nice. Welcome. Where are you from?"
I'm from Canada.
"That's great. I've always wanted to visit Canada."
And just like that, a simple coffee order becomes a real conversation.
And that is the secret of learning English faster. You don't memorize long grammar rules. You practice real conversations, again and again.
And the more conversations you hear, the more natural English starts to feel.
Which means something important for you. If you are listening right now, your brain is already learning.
And if you enjoy these kinds of real conversations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.
Because every week we create new conversations like this to help you feel more confident speaking English.
And before we finish, let's do one more quick cafe moment.
Oh yes, a situation that happens very often.
What if the customer wants another drink?
Then the customer can simply say, "Excuse me, could I get another coffee, please?"
Perfect. That sounds natural, polite, and confident.
And that is exactly the kind of English we want you to use in real life.
Simple, natural, and real.
Now here is your small challenge for today.
Try saying one of the phrases from this conversation out loud.
Maybe this one. Hi, could I get a coffee, please?
Or this one. For here, please.
Small steps create big confidence.
And remember, every conversation you practice brings you closer to speaking English naturally.
Thank you for listening, and we will see you in the next conversation.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep learning.